Just what would win? You know, one determined human brain or a single paper boy?
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card?
Is that what doctors are called?
Hide?
There are certain
Croakers?
things people have a right to keep private.
Until it gets in the way of police work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've met will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
I work at a pharmacy, and prescription notes have maybe 12 different security features that, if missing, void them immediately. Yeah, but what if your doctor closes their eyes for a second and you just swipe it from their desk?
I think he's a bit of a gangster.
Girl, I'm gonna get so good and tight on Friday night.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
Yeah, I'd like to buy a dress. Just kidding. Get down on the ground.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
So, no, she's not in any trouble at all.
How long had Julia worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Isn't it weird that the only thing preventing me from stealing drugs is one simple act of stealing drugs? Look, you got a good point. I'm just saying, in this chip and pin world, one piece of paper is the key. Alright, what was she saying again? She worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl. Lie. She was hideous. This seems like the truth. We haven't had a good truth in a while.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
I want to see her face when I tell her.
Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
She's got that mashed potato hair.
Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is she?
She's a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it.
Tell me more about how lively your best friend is.
Do you mind if I take a closer look?
But she was just full of life. She loved living.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
Well, that's an antiquated gender norm, Mr. Phelps.
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Oh, the men's smoking jacket. This girl's face is so innocent. I'm going truth all day.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about him.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Look, it's the easiest truth of all time.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you
She's
ask
the
your
perfect
fiancé to
witness.
visit Hollywood
Would you
Police
like to
Station?
work at the
It would
police
be very
station?
helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Anyway, I gotta go. Wow, he really did just walk away. She was such a fan of living, though. She had full
Phelps,
HP.
Badge 1247.
Detective.
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please, thank you. Al?
Cole, can you get over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
Can't tell me over the phone, huh? You know what? I shouldn't complain. Any opportunity to go to the coroner.
You know the way.
Dude's the only person with a good head on
Where
his
are we
shoulders
going?
in this entire freaking game.
Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking the big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick.
I figured we'd get more out of her that way.
Classic.
You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
You want to hear a spooky story, Roy? I haven't even told you that you're dead yet. Ooh. Well, do you feel that chill run up your spine? Hello, one morgue, please.
Isn't that the cop who solved
Come
the
to
big
think of it,
case
it
and got
was you.
promoted?
Peter's gonna call them one.
Rehab is for quit.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
Dude, being a
You're the
coroner
only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on
actually
with it.
seems like pretty
confirms
dope.
2 sets of
Like,
hands,
there's
so we
no
have 2
more
killers.
secure job on planet
Death was
Earth.
caused by heart failure.
You're like a highly specialized
You
doctor.
dragged us down here to gloat. We already heard your theory.
There's always
We
gonna be
agreed that
dead
she was
people who
murdered.
need
Yes,
investigating.
of course. I have
I
some
bet it
else to
pays
tell you.
exceptionally well.
All right,
Dude,
Mal,
you have to
what
deal with
gives?
people's like
Dead
busted
guy's
up
name
faces
is
all
Jimmy
day. That's a
LeBlanc,
negative for
career
sure,
burglar.
but
He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
you know,
So
if you're
what?
a quiet person, I
riddance.
guess it's
I
kind
found
of
2
not that
cigarettes in his
bad.
jacket pocket.
Wow.
Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening, Mal.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled.
Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot.
Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
How do you get into the coroner business? Do you start as like a doctor and then eventually you just become a coroner? Because it kind of seems like one of those things where, like, you know, you can't, you don't see probably too many like 28-year-old coroners, right? Except on CBS. You need an MD. I'm aware of that. I'm not saying I want to do it. It's pretty stiff work. Hilarious. I'm just wondering, like, what's the career path to become a coroner? How many coroners does, like, Los
Wake up,
Angeles
Cole.
have? Is it like you're a doctor and then you like apply when the previous coroner
Sorry,
retires
I
or
don't play.
something?
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only
In my
other things
county,
he
the
was carrying
coroner is
were the
elected?
harmonica and the morphine.
What?
Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over.
You elect the
We have a
coroner?
guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door.
Democracy's gone too far.
Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead.
You apply
Sure,
for
Mel,
a
thanks
job?
for the lead.
No. What do you... Oh, I guess let's just say, fuck anybody for asking you a question about something that they're ignorant of. Instead of, like, going and finding the answer, why don't we just make fun of him for not knowing how a freaking coroner gets his job?
Can you drive to this one?
Wait. There's more
Alright,
clues. There's
where
more
to?
clues. There's more clues. Ask a question about other people's industry that I'm not familiar with because I work in a weird industry myself and I have lots of questions. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, you don't know how the coroner works. Fudge you, buddy.
Isn't that the cop
Yeah, we've already
who
done
solved
this
the big
song
case
and
got
dance.
promoted?
You need to go to interview room 2.
What the hell?
Yeah, there's no interview rooms at the coroner's office, I'm assuming. Am I being made fun of? They both look so full of life. How did you think they got the job other than applying? Well, apparently they get fucking elected. So who's the idiot now? It turns out the answer to how to become a coroner in a lot of American cities is actually something that you never would have expected.
You can drive.
Do we know where we're going?
You need to apply to be elected.
We're here now.
Oh, good one. Oh, okay. Hi. Just over here, huh?
Extra, read all about it.
It's a tough staircase. Maybe one day I'll get there.
Read all about it.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Poor guy. Must be going crazy.
Poor little twist. She was 13 if she was a day.
Interview room 2, please. There we go. Kick down the door. Get down on the ground.
Mr. Arnett,
Agent Cole
I'm
Phelps.
Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry.
Henry
The
Cavill.
least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me.
It does kind of look like John Hamm. I'm waiting for him to break. He's not breaking. He's not breaking. That's a truth. This is a true man.
And you were close?
He's good.
We were friends.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Okay, well, obviously this is at least a doubt. No, this guy's a sociopath. He looked me dead in the eyes when he told a lie. This has got to be a doubt. I went 100% on his face, and that's my mistake.
Spill it, Henry.
Oh,
you know nothing about a
Jesus
man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Keep this guy in the interrogation room.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
It's a doubt. I don't know if he knows who Jimmy LeBlanc is, but I think we just... That's a doubt.
So
Let's
you wouldn't
go.
have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Heather told us that you were in fashion.
That's right.
The thing was, he was a really nice guy. I felt lousy tolerating him. Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure.
Oh, you're free to go, sir.
Fighting 6th.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
I didn't even know they made a second one after John Cena bowed
various
out.
Companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
Sure, I'll pass that along. You ever think of having, like, not a convertible when it comes to tailing suspects?
He's in that car at the lights.
He's driving a car from, like, the Bohemian Empire.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
It's one heck of a turn here. This is the largest automobile I could afford on my salary.
Damn it, everyone's...
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Holy Toledo!
Nailed it. Very inconspicuous. He's got no idea.
Whoa, back off before we get made.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
That's right. Rear view mirror only sees the road, doesn't see the sidewalk. Well, to a certain point. Is this part of the game where we hit, like, literally every single red light? Would you respect Rusty more if he was a bald bro? Rusty will never go bald because all the rampant alcohol abuse lowers his testosterone count to the point where he'll have hair for, like, after he dies, his hair is going to keep growing for, like, 25 years. 100%.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Oh, you served in Okinawa? Minasan, Ohio. That's what I thought. Wow, that was 10 out of 10 gameplay. Modern foods and liquors.
He needs money and fast. Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
What is a modern food in 1947? Like broccoli? The hip new vegetable taking the nation by storm. It's iceberg lettuce. Hot dogs. Absolutely true.
What are you doing?
Oh! I thought if we just stood still, he'd think he was having like a seizure or something. A hallucination, rather. No. No!
He needs money and fast.
It was either that or sprint in the other direction, like...
I'll stick with him.
Oh, backspace, thank you.
Can't risk losing the trail.
Thank you for your support.
Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done
I noticed
here.
when I shaved my head, I was implicitly accepted into the Bald Brotherhood. Is that true? You know, I think there's some truth to the idea that bald guys of a certain age, they give each other some more up nods than they just go like, hey, I see you.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
There's a certain amount of truth to that. It's not like a... Not like we get a newsletter or something. What's the up nod? The up nod is the masculine, like, hey, I see you nod.
Get closer.
What are you doing?
No, you don't see me, is the thing. What? I'm a little mad. Dude, I'm actually like, I resent the tailing missions.
At risk losing the trail.
Check this out, okay? I got a next level strategy. Hey, we've got otherworldly facial animations in our game. What should we do for this mission? What if you just have him you slowly walk behind somebody, but if he walks too fast, you lose. Sounds fun. Excuse me, sir. I need to use your car as cover, please.
What are you doing?
Okay, this was not smart. Why don't you just shoot him in the knee and force a concession? A confession? Yeah. Nope, I refuse. I'm not gonna have Luigi beat this level of LA Noire for me. Why'd you do the same thing 3 times in a row? What are you talking about? This time I went to the other side of the street, just pretended to be a nice casual jogger. Josh, you don't even know. This is like if I made Hitman. It's just bad.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Why don't you get in front of him and force him to tail you? Now, that's like... I'm not sure I want 6 stars on the mission. Like, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibilities.
Gotta get closer.
Don't look. I swear to God, if it says I lose this guy while I'm still looking at him, I'm gonna be very unhappy.
Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hello, sir! Just another shoe shine customer. Here, it's alright. No, I'm not paying you.
Gotta get closer.
I got work to do. My dumbass actually thought he went to an ATM. Elizabeth Moss.
That's right, Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City, tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
Police work, dude. Easy.
He bought a ticket from Mexico City. Tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
It's just a head in a bag. Ooh.
My God. It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
The guy who owned the joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case. Arnett only got 600 clams.
Dearest Beverly, with love and affection, always. Theta?
You're behind the wheel.
Fine, where are we headed?
Yeah, wait, where are we headed? Yo, dude.
What now?
Might be time to call
Yeah,
in,
I saw the phone on the map, and I thought maybe that was what we should be doing. Old Paulette.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Okay, why does it say telephone backwards on the one that's inside of the booth?
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Any messages?
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to the Hollywood station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
This must be a Russian telephone
Jimmy
booth.
LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat Sunset.
So the outside can read it. Oh, so the concrete wall it's next to can read it? Meet with Patrolman Wallace.
That's the guy from the papers. It's all that big cake. I don't need this.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
All right, where to?
Yeah, you got one more message, Detective. Rusty says pick him up a 40 rack of Corona on the way back.
A one-way ticket to Mexico. Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
What's his motive?
I can think of a few, but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
It's true. Rusty's Razor 2.0. One guy, 2 dames, always equals problems. One guy plus 2 dames equals 3 problems.
Come on.
Oh my lord!
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Second, I gotta concentrate. Excuse me, sir. You're actually dead. Good night.
That hurts, right? I bet it does. Throw out the guns.
As soon as he pokes his head out, we'll step on it.
Classic move. 100%. Yo, take cover, dude. There's still boys at the compound. Pop out. Pop out. Pop out.
Take cover, you lunatic.
See what happens. Pop out. Pop out. I got it on the sharpshooter. 100% steady aim. Pop out. Pop out.
There he is.
Terminator 2. You ever see it? It's a great movie. When it comes out in 50 years, I want you to watch it. You'll understand the reference.
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. You're dead. You've already died. You can't shoot me anymore. You're dead.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him.
Yet we made it through a mission with a safe hat.
Now, we need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. I nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years.
If he'd gone the other direction, might have gotten off scot-free.
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
Man's face, child stature.
Run for it, Willie.
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Hey, could you take up the waist on those pants by maybe 8 inches or so? Oh, that's perfect.
Can you drive to this one?
Wait.
Do we know where we're going?
That's a good point. I gotta use the telephone? No? Wait. We gotta go talk to Jimmy LeBlanc. Hey,
Hey, Advice?
What should we do, Sailor?